area last night, and I asked them if they wouldn't mind, since they came to visit with us, if they would sing a song for us. And their name is, the name of their group is Young Harmony. And Jonathan Bond and his wife makes up this group. And I want you to come on up, Jonathan, and your wife. And while they're coming, we've already clapped for them one time. Let's clap for them. We want you to feel so welcome that maybe next time you're back in the area, you'll come be with us again. We're glad to have you.
How many of you came to worship this morning? That's an exciting thing. We're excited to be part of your life this morning. And he said, we all sing. And I was like, have you ever asked a preacher if he preached? And of course we'll sing. But before we sing this song, I just want to tell you what God has done just a little while back. When I gave my life to Jesus, my prayer was, God, please don't let me be a typical church person. You know, I know that might offend some of you, that's exciting too, but I said, I don't want to be one of those people who go to church on Sunday morning just acting like I'm doing God a favor. I did not want to be, let me tell you what happened. One Tuesday night, God woke me up and he said, get up, get dressed, go to Nashville. Well, we were so excited. We got up, we got dressed, we left for Nashville. Didn't have a clue why. As we went over Mount Eagle, sort of slowed down a little bit. And I said, you know, we're doing exactly what we've made fun of other people for doing. We're just driving for no reason but God's sake. And I just said, God, where are we going? He spoke to me the name of an exit. We got to the exit and took the exit and stayed on that road until God spoke to me again and said, make a right-hand turn and stop. As we pulled over, it was so exciting. We didn't know why we were there. I just looked around. And in front of us, everything had closed. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. Over here was an empty parking lot. Behind us, all the lights were out. And over here was a nude bar. To clarify that, it was everything closed. All the lights were out, empty parking lot, and a nude bar. And it's okay, I thought the same thing. But I just said, God, what in the world are we doing here? And he spoke to me and said, go and ask for a girl named Angie. I walked across the street, knocked on the door. 2 people came to the door, and one was their bouncer, the mean guy. And I had my preacher uniform on, and he looked at me and said, can I help you? I said, I need to see a girl named Angie. He said, sorry, son, no Angie here. And he went to close the door. But as he did, there was a girl that had come to the door with him, and she put her hand on the door and stopped her. She looked at me in my suit and thought I'd come from the hospital about her mother, or maybe her dad had been in a wreck, and she stepped out on the sidewalk. She said, I'm Angie. And I want to tell you something. For the first time in my life, God began to speak through me to this girl. And here's what was said. I was there for you when you were 7 years old, when you were 14, and when you were 20. And the time has come now for you to be there for me. I've got a work for you to do. And the last thing that he told me to tell her that night was, this is your last warning. And as that was said, I turned to walk back to the car. Halfway across the street, she grabbed me on the shoulder, and she said, wait a minute, who are y'all? And I got a card out of my pocket that said Young Harmony, and I handed it to her. I said, I know this is weird to you, but God brought us up here tonight just for you, and we're on our way back home now. She began to cry. She said, no, it's not. My dad pastors a church in Hendersonville, about 30 miles from where we were. She said, he told me the exact same thing 2 nights ago. Except for he said God is going to send me one more warning. She said, could y'all give me a ride home? And she got in the car and we drove to Hendersonville that night. And I must tell you, I seen the coolest thing in the whole world. Turned down the driveway about 2 in the morning. All the lights were on. There was a man standing out on the front porch. Angie opened the door and said, Daddy, Daddy, he said, your mother's inside on her knees. God woke us up and said our little girl was on her way home. And, you know, we sit in that driveway, preacher, I guess we sit in that driveway 30 minutes just with our hands up, began to worship, and I realized something that night for the first time in my life. I realized that the God I serve is bigger than the nude bars in Nashville. He's bigger than the gay bars and alcohol, drugs, and anything your friends or family can encounter. My God is bigger. And he asked if we would sing a song today, and I don't know why God brought us to this church here in whatever city we're in right now. But I do know this one thing. There's never been a time that God has not had a plan. Right. Can I tell you today that God has not forgotten you? Where you are right now, you pray and you've asked. I want to tell you, He's there for you. We have to trust Him this morning.
You're facing a hard time. Your rope's at the sea. You think you lost your very last friend. I know it may seem that way. There'll be a brighter day, 'cause God has not forgotten you. God has not forgotten you. He's aware of what you're going through, so you just keep holding on. Remember, you're not alone. God has not forgotten you.
Listen now.
God has you on His mind even today. And though you cannot see it now, He's making a way. And when it's all said and done, your power will be won, 'cause God has not forgotten you. Oh, God has not forgotten you. Aren't you glad today?